Hi, everybody, and welcome this evening to an amazing show. Today, I am your special host in place of Dr. Ananth Vaidyanathan, and we have a very special show coming up and a very special guest, uh, someone who you've seen a lot but heard little of. And we're going to start with an amazing recap of this 25 episode journey, which Touch of Class and Dr. Ananth Vaidyanathan have done through the Hospitality Talk Show. I'm going to request Pradeep ji to show that beautiful clip encapsulating and highlighting this 25 episode journey. Fantastic, beautiful, a small encapsulation of this wonderful 25 episode journey. I now take the pleasure of requesting Miss Sana, the glamorous Sana, to introduce our guest for today, someone who we've seen a lot of and heard very little of. Sana, please.
Thank you, Dr. Vikram. Good evening to all viewers. Welcome to the 25th episode of our hospitality show. Well, first and most, I would like to thank you for all taking a time out from your heavy schedule, where we are host Dr. Vikram Kamath, a founder, chairman, the Veets Kamath Group, in conversation with Lion Dr. Ananth Vaidyanathan, a CEO of Touch of Class. Dr. Ananth Vaidyanathan, born in a middle class family, he did his schooling from Don Bosco and Bachelor of Commerce degree from the New College Madras, before pursuing his career in hotel management from IHM Bangalore. He was very humble beginning in the hospitality industry as a bellboy at the Central Court Hotel, Hyderabad. The fire in his belly made him quickly learn and excel in his work of within no time. He moved up the ladder to steward, captain, F&B executive, and finally F&B manager at the Central Court Hotel and Hotel Pearl Residence in Hyderabad. In 2007, he quit his job and started his own company, Touch of Class, as his catering company supplying food to a corporate like a Stream, Total, Times of India, Kankia Corporate House, and many more. After successful establish himself in the field in the few years, He put his years of experience and knowledge of various facts of a hospitality industry through consulting and licensing work by offering his services in the form of procuring, procuring and renewal of licensing from various government agencies for starting a new hotel and restaurant enterprises services in the terms of menu, planning a manpower, and designing a location hunting, food festivals, and other events. Despite of all he has achieved in his short span of time, the fire in his belly continued to be burned towards his desire to achieve more in the hospitality industry and give something back to the society. So, ladies and gentlemen, with the huge round of applause, we welcome to the chief guest today's evening, a lion, Dr. Ananth Vaidyanathan.
Well, welcome to the show, Anant. How does it feel to be on that side of the to get being the ones who's being asked the questions rather than the one asking the question? Any nervousness?
I am too very emotional now because the way Sana has introduced me, it is taking back to my days when, to my bellboy days, to my steward days, to the captain days, and all those days. And I've cherished every
Fantastic.
moment of my life, whatever I was, whether I was cleaning the table, whether I was washing a dishwash, whatever I was doing it with happiness. And today I'm more than happy to get an introduction from Sana like this. And she has been so very attached to the show. All the 24 shows, she has been a great introduction giving her. And it was me who asked you whether I can start this show, Chief. And you said, yeah, I said, you have to be the first guest. And you
Thank
immediately
you.
agreed. And that is how this whole story started. And we are now
Thank you.
already
Thank
six
you.
months gone. And
Thank you,
today, it's
Chief.
my great pleasure that Mr. Vikram Kamath is going to host the show and I am on the other side. It is immensely proud moment for me in my life and I can cherish it till my last breath.
Fantastic. So let's start. For all the viewers today, let me tell you, Anand has received none of the questions beforehand, and it's totally impromptu. And we're going to see a different side of Anand, much like the party dress that he's wearing. We want to see a different side of Anand, and that's what I'm going to try and see the man behind what we have seen in the industry. So good evening, everybody. So Anand, you started off with IHM. You were there in IHM. I want to understand what was Anand like in IHM compared to the man he is today. What was he, mischievous, notorious, or as sincere, hardworking? What was Anand like in IHM?
Ananth was a very, very loyal student in IHM Bangalore and
Mhm.
fully concentrating only on hotels, getting into new things, trying to go into. I was put in the first year after the first year of studies. I was put on industrial training at Ramanastri Hotels, Bangalore, where I started in
Okay.
kitchen, then in F&B, then in housekeeping. But that time and all, I was not naughty at all. I'm honestly telling you that. I had been very,
That
very
time you're not
dedicated
naughty
towards.
means are you naughty today?
Of course, I don't deny that. After that also, I was a little naughty, which I will definitely explain you. But my
Yeah.
IHM days, my goal only was to see that I complete my IHM with a good marks, and I got 92 percentage when I finished my IHM, and I was
Wow.
given as the best of the student of the year from the IHM Bangalore. Whereas
Oh,
everyone said that this is the way it has to be, and I learned a lot, and I'm thankful to my principal, Mr. Surya Narayanan, who my father's name is also Surya Narayanan, and my principal was
okay.
also Surya Narayanan, and it was a great pleasure that he taught every bit of it, and that is why I moved from on. But after that, when I finished my hotel management, I was not given a post immediately because I was just 20 years that time when we finished the 2 years, 21 years of time that time when I finished. Because I finished
Mm.
and I directly get into the hospitality industry, which I was wanting to get into. Then I was immediately, while I was doing BCom, I was doing IHM also. That is how the whole scenario started. But what happened is my academic BCom did not go very well, but IHM I superseded it. Then I was searching for an opportunity because at times it was in the 1997, 1990, 1994, 1995, which we completed the IHM. And then after that, it was a journey which I started from Central Court Hotel, Hyderabad, where I was a bellboy. Started my career as a bellboy by taking luggages to the rooms And that time, the bellboys were not allowed to go on the lift carrying the luggages. So we used to carry luggage, one on the shoulder, one on the head, and we used to climb 9 floors, and we used to go and give the luggage, the luggage to the our guest who was in the hotel. And that time they used to tip us 5 rupees. Some used to tip us 2 rupees also. Some used to tip us 5 rupees. And that was my biggest earning because my salary was just 1200 rupees that time. So I remember as IHM student from where I finished and from where I went as a bellboy, this is what my story was. And it was a humble beginning which I started.
Fantastic. Wow. Really, really interesting to understand. And what is it that got you then? Which was your favorite department, by the way? You were obviously there in front office for a long time. Which was your favorite department in this period?
My department now also is cooking.
Oh, is that the reason why you managed to get into catering after? Obviously, we heard in your introduction how you were in various places, right, from a Juhu club and all. But how did you make that jump into catering? Is that why catering was got your fancy?
See, my mother was a great cook and she used to cook some delicious food for us. And she was one I lost in a very small age. That time itself, I decided myself that I am going to be following my mother's recipes, whatever she has made. And still date, I follow those recipes and I like those recipes. And as you say, whatever you eat in the teenagers is going to be your lifetime food, whatever your favorite food has to be.
Hmm.
So my favorite was my mother's food. After that, I thought, let me follow the footsteps of my mother and get into the kitchen directly. Then most of the time I spent in the kitchen. Then got trained in front office, got trained in housekeeping, got trained in kitchen stewarding, got trained in F&B service. Everywhere I was put into. My IHM, I should thank my IHM principals and IHM the teachers who taught me whatever I am today. I owe everything to Mr. Surya Narayana, who has given me every support when I was doing my IHM in
Nice,
Bangalore.
nice, nice. So in this catering, how did this catering business come about then? How did the businessman we know about the employee Ananth having worked for various people and various owners right from Basant Paul and Mr. Nagpal, but uh, how did the entrepreneur in Ananth get fired up?
I got married in the year 2007. And
Mhm.
2007, when I got married, I decided in 2 months' time, it was a big risk, but my wife supported me actually. And that is the time I decided, let me quit the job now. It is a brave decision. After marriage, nobody dares to take such kind of a decision. But I took that
Marriage
decision.
itself is a brave decision.
Yeah, that is a major decision. But this was again a second major decision, which was challenging one. And I started as me myself was cooking only. I did not have a chef or I did not have a cook with me. I had two
Okay.
boys called Vishwanath and Loknath, and they were
Hmm.
helping me with cutting the vegetables and giving it to me. We started with Stream, the call center at Andheri East. We started with 100 people's breakfast, 100 people's lunch, 100 people's evening high tea, and 50 people's night dinner. This is how we started. I used to
Oh,
cook and send the boys with the food. They used to take the auto and go there. But believe me, first month we did a billing of 3.5 lakhs of rupees. First
oh,
time Ananth
fantastic.
Vaidyanathan saw 3.5 lakhs rupees coming into my account. It was the biggest day in my life, I will tell you. And 2008, when my son was born, my son was born on 4/1/14, and he has been my lucky charm, I will proudly say that. And when he was born on 4/1/14, the same day I had got an opportunity from Times of India to cater for 1,000 people's everyday food at parade. So that was the biggest break, only for lunch, no IT, no breakfast, no dinner, only for lunch, but every day 1,000 people. It was a major trust which was given to by the Times of India peoples, and that is why the whole game of catering to the company started. Then Kanakia trusted me and gave me 400 peoples every day. And in the fourth month, my billing crossed 12 lakhs of rupees. That was a big
Fantastic.
turning point. And then I started, it was a 225 square feet kitchen at Adarsh Nagar in Andheri West. At a rent of 15,000 rupees per month. I took it in that way. I did not have money to buy the kitchen equipments, but one Bharat
Hmm.
Tiwari बोल के है हमारा विला पार्ले राधा कृष्ण होटल का बाजू में एक भरत बोल के स्टोर्स है. उन्होंने से मैं किचन इक्विपमेंट लिया था. मैं बोला सर मेरा पास पैसा नहीं है, बट मैं जिम्मेदारी से मैं महीना महीना आपको वापस लौटाऊंगा. उन्होंने इज्जत रख के दिया. फिर आई विल थैंक विल्चन किमची मनोज भाई. मनोज भाई ने मेरे को कुछ भी पूछा नहीं, ग्रोसरी पूरा क्रेडिट में दिया. I should thank Ganesh, the sabji wala from Dadar, who without knowing me anything gave me that entire thing of starting the सब्जी डालने के लिए चालू किया. सब क्रेडिट में मिला. और ये किचन चालू करने के लिए भी मेरा पास पैसा नहीं था. मेरा अभी का अच्छा वेलविशर है, एक अच्छा फैमिली है कॉल्ड मिस्टर अजय अरोरा. उन्होंने मेरे को 5 लाख रुपया लोन दिया किचन चालू करने के लिए, डिपॉजिट देने के लिए. Without any surety, nothing taking from me, he gave me 5 lakhs as loan. With that 5 lakhs, I started that kitchen, and the rest is a history.
Fantastic, fantastic. Yes, no doubt, humble beginnings, and it's great that you still remember them and you still give them the credit. So this journey started here. Obviously, I think the first year, 12 lakhs, you were seem to be rolling in money. Where did you then deploy that money? What was the next step?
The next step was we shifted from a one-room kitchen house where me and my wife were living to a 2-bedroom flat on a rental we chipped in. I bought a small Maruti Wagoner for myself, which I was not having a car. I was using the auto all the time. So I bought a Maruti Wagoner for myself. And I remember that was my major. I did not take any loan. I invested, I saved money on every month, and I bought that Wagoner car, which was there with me in 2009, I bought that money, and I expanded my kitchen a little bit because the food was going a little higher. Then I diverted myself to outdoor catering, where I was doing outdoor catering in Lokhandwala Garden. In 2010 came the biggest break of my life, which was this ACE exhibition at my NSC grounds, where I catered 5,000 people every day, breakfast, lunch, high tea, and dinner for 3 days continuously. That exhibition. That gave me a big turn in my business. That is how Touch of Class got known in the market as an outdoor caterer. And we started doing business at Lokhandwala Garden, Celebration, Club, all these places we were doing. And one of my mentor called Mr. Raju Manwani, who was an international chairman, international director of Lions Club. He was contesting elections for the Lions Club. He gave me so much of opportunities. When he won the election, and one day, the next day, he said after winning the election, tomorrow evening, I want to have 1,000 people party in Lokhandwala Garden with alcohol. I said, sir, it is now 4 o'clock. You have given me just 24 hours more to go for the next day. Ananth, you can do it. That is the trust he kept on me. And he wanted, as he being a Sindhi and he being from Rajasthan, he wanted dal batti, churma, everything to be arranged in that party with alcohol. Believe me, Chief, I could make it happen. I did it for 11,000 people, went into 1,200 people, and the entire show was very well managed. The next day, Mr. Manwani called to his office and told me, Ananth, it was not expected from you, but you made no stones unturned. You made it everything possible. That is the biggest. I can still owe it to Mr. Raju Manwani because he was the man who trusted me and gave that job. And after that, he made me join Lionism. And then the Lionism journey started for me. Then I started this charity. All those things happened by that time.
Fantastic.
But I would like to share one interesting thing when I came to Mumbai in 1999, 2000. I came to Mumbai with a big dream that I will become I'll go to cruise. That is what because big money was there in the cruise. I came with 3,500 rupees to Mumbai, and when I went to that shipping office in Crawford Market, they said you have to go a CTC certificate, which is 18,000 rupees. I said I don't have that much of money, so I said now what to do now? Next trick, I don't have anything. That time, these call centers were coming in a huge style. So everybody said, Ananth, you have a great English, so you should go and try there. So I went there all the way carrying my luggage, which was I was sleeping in the Juhu beach by that time because my 3,500 got over. So I was sleeping in Juhu beach for 2 days. 2 nights, policemen have come and told me already that tomorrow if I see you here, you have to be taken to the police station. So third time, I went to the call center at Mira Road on a Mumbai local train with all my luggages. And there they said, your English is good, but your accent is very much South Indian. You have to modular that. That will require 36,000 rupees, and that you have to do for 3 months. I said, this is also not my cup of tea. So what to do? The only industry which has given me life is the hospitality industry. So I came, once again, slept in Juhu. I've not eaten for 3 days, Mr. Vikram, by that time. Fourth day, I could not tolerate my hunger. I went to this Uncle Dhaba in Juhu and I did not mind. I had my full stomach. Then after that, I came and told the uncle, मेरा पास पैसा नहीं है, मेरे को कुछ काम दे देना, मोरी में भी काम दे देना, मैं बर्तन गिर्तन धो लूंगा. बट उन्होंने इतना इज्जत हमके लिए रखा, बोला आपका फेस वैल्यू देखा तो आप बर्तन धोने वाला आदमी है ही नहीं है, आप कितना दिन आपको नौकरी मिल रहे हो, आप इधर आके खाओ, आपसे मैं पैसा लूंगा, अभी नहीं चाहिए बट आप कमा के मेरे को पैसा दे देना, आपके ऊपर भरोसा है. And same day, there was an ad in midday big break that senior captains wanted. Accommodation provided was written in the down. So I went, gave an interview at Juhu Gymkhana Club, which is an elite club in Mumbai where Dharmendra, Amitabh Bachchan are all members. And I was selected as a senior captain. I was as a backup manager in Goa. I started once again a scratch as a senior captain at 3,500 rupees at Juhu Gymkhana, Mumbai. That is how I landed in Mumbai. This was just wanted to tell you, because this is my story, which can be so much of encouraging for people. If I can able to do it, everybody can able to do it. It is the will, it is the wish, and it is the dedication, it is the honesty which takes you to the next level.
I think there is a lot more that people can take. Also, the fact that if you really want to do it, there, पूरी कायनात आपके साथ है अगर आप करना चाहते हैं. And so much of support you got along the way. And it also speaks volumes about Mumbai as a city. That Mumbai, maximum city, no doubt ruthless, no doubts when it comes to work, nobody compromises, but also always willing to help out anybody else who's trying to make it big in the city. And today you're reached this stage. That's fantastic. I also want to get into another aspect. Hospitality, of course, is your core focus. There is no doubt about that. But a lot of people know Ananth Vaidyanathan, of course, as a Lions member and so many other things, but as the to-go man when it comes for liaisoning. So how did liaisoning come about? How did you get into that? What was the first liaisoning you took up on?
It was the year 2008. There was this Samrat Kapoor and Virat Kapoor who were in the Raheja Classic building, and the same building in time and again I had worked as a general manager. So they got in touch with me. They said, we want to open a hotel. We require your support. So I started from there. Sammy Sosa, I found the location for them. I gave the chef for them. I gave everything for them. I made the menus. I made everything set up for them. And the Virat Kapoor and Samrat Kapoor, who are now big time hoteliers, they started. I am happy to say still they are with me and they still applaud me and they support me to the core. And that is how I thought, let me get into the licensing agent and let me start this consulting business apart from catering. Because by that time, I had appointed a chef for myself and the catering department is concerned. I've appointed a manager for looking after the ODC, outdoor catering. So I have got some time to do this. So let me start with Sammy Sosa. I started with Sammy Sosa. I did everything on time. I did not do the job much, but I started learning the process of how it is. But I am a good fast grasper in that way. So I grasped things fast, and immediately came the Fat Cat Cafe at Veera Desai Road, Mr. Deepak Chaudhary. He immediately gave me an opportunity. It was Sammy Sosa who referred me to them, and he said, Arun, do it for me. I did that for a time. Then it came Goa Portuguesa. Then it came to Pritham Dhaba. It all expanded. Then in the year 2012, when I was on a flight to Delhi, I had an opportunity to meet the CEO of the Light by Travel Foods. And it was Mr. Deepak Bhatia, who is now the VP of Punjab Grill, who brought me into a big boom, and he introduced me to Sanjeev Kapoor. Sanjeev Kapoor Yellow Chili was opening up in Powai. I did their licensing as a consultant, and I was there in the restaurant for every day 3 hours, doing the entire briefing for the staff, everything. Sanjeev Kapoor himself applauded me for whatever I have done for him. And after that, the airports came. I was offered the airport to do the licensing. And it was a big boom in the year 2014. Again, on my son's birthday, on my son's 7th birthday, I will say, on January 4th, 2014, I still remember, a big chunk of 25 lakhs came into my account from Light Bite, which belongs to Mr. Amit Burman, the Dabas. That was for the airport licensing at Mumbai. On 4/1/2014, that on my son's birthday, that money came into my account. I tell you, Mr. Vikram, I did not believe that this 25 lakhs has come to me. And it took some time. That is why I say my son is my lucky charmer. And believe me, the same year on 4/4/14, my next charmer, my Katie, my daughter, we had a big because I lost my mother in a very small age. I was wanting a daughter for myself, but we took some time because my wife had some health issues. But in 4/4/14, my daughter Katie was born. And believe me, these both are the stress busters, and these both are my lucky charms. And of course, my wife, I will not deny that. These two have never let me see back after that. And now I run around, I consult around 410 restaurants all around India and 5 in Shanghai. And I am in a different, I am the consultant of Taj. You name the big corporate company, you will find Ananth Vaidyanathan there.
Fantastic. You were sharing some of your figures. I hope you paid your taxes on that because
Of
the
course,
way your show is
we are paying no taxes on them.
the way
I
the
am
show
very
has
loyal to
become
the government.
popular. No, I'm just it's on a lighter note because the way the show is so popular, I'm sure they must be watching as well. Somebody must be watching. But very interesting. Has anything interesting happened during this liaisoning journey? Any incident? Any interesting incident? Any interesting person you came across? Or any kind of thing which I'm sure the viewers would love to hear because this is an aspect. This is an aspect we don't often get to hear about.
One interesting person I met is 2013. I met Mr. Vikram Kamath
Thank you, thank you,
in
thank
your
you. That's
office,
nice.
in your office at the Orchid Hotel. I remember I met you at your chambers, and that time
Yes.
you said, "Yes, Mr. Vaidyanathan, it is pleasure meeting you." And the other person which I met was Mr. Amit Burman, the Dabar's chairman, who I will never forget. I owe him a lot. The other was Mr. Rohit Agarwal, who is again the director of Light Bite Foods. One more man which I cannot forget is Siddharth Malhotra, the company secretary of Light Bite Foods, the CFO, Mr. Raghunandan Dole of Light Bite Foods. There are many who have come across in my life, but there are certain powers which then I had this Arun Bandari, who is also a very helpful man in my life. Ajay Arora sir, who was a helpful man in my life. There are then I kept doing myself as I have seen the hungry part of it myself. I started doing charity works like feeding the poor. On my mother's death day, I used to go to this गोकुल धाम यशोधाम में एक स्कूल है, एक स्पेशल चिल्ड्रन का स्कूल है, उधर जाके हम लोग उनके साथ बैठ के खाना गिना खाते थे. But very interesting things which made my, if I have to ask me, very interesting, very nostalgic thing is about when I think of saying something before, I always believe that I am sold myself, IASM. I am sold myself. So I feel I should be sold in whatever I'm doing. And whatever little bit I do, also I do it with perfection. And I don't compromise on that. So this is how it is. And I met one more madam called Nanette Disa. I should not forget her. Nanette Disa, who was as a CEO of Sanjeev Kapoor, LOC. And she told me, Mr. Ananth, you are going to touch great heights. And she introduced me to various variety of peoples. And madam, if you are watching the show, I am sincerely saluting you for the way in which you trusted me and the way in which you gave me opportunities is something which is unimaginable. These are the people which I have specially mentioned. But the first person I met that time was Vikram Kamath, and now also I'm meeting is Vikram Kamath. I mean, I'm not really telling you to flatter you. This is the truth.
No,
this is the naked truth.
No. I remember we met in Balewadi. That when Mr. Manwani won, I was closely involved. I was taking care of the orchid Balewadi, and we set up in that hangar. Thousands of delegates had come to vote, and I remember there was so much of back channeling and negotiation and discussion happening amongst your members. We as hoteliers, we were just interested in making sure you're all lions had a wonderful time. So many lions roaring here, roaring there, going here, going there. I think there were about 5,000 people who came for that vote.
Yes. 5,200 people to be very precise.
And the celebration when he won, it was phenomenal, no doubt. What we're going to do, Anand, is we're going to take a small commercial break. I'm going to
30
request
minutes gone.
Mr. Sorry?
30 minutes is gone.
Yes. You're having such an exciting show and not knowing where the time is gone. So we're going to request Mr. Pradeep to play a short video, and we'll take a short commercial break of 1 minute, and viewers will be right back.
Thank you. Thank you. Mr.
Fantastic.
Vikram,
We got to see more. We got to see your banquet expertise and your catering expertise, and also quite a bit of your new venture, Bagicha, which I will
yeah.
be coming to a little bit later. I want to fix on my objective has been, as I said, to show different sides of what we don't get to normally see, both of Ananth and both of different businesses. Everybody, mostly people watching the show, would be hoteliers, restaurateurs, so they're familiar with the restaurant business. So I've not touched too much on that. But I want to ask you, Ananth, because liaisoning is something that everybody wants to outsource. Nobody wants to do it. They think, oh, let's get somebody else to do it. So what is Ananth's secret sauce to be able to manage the unmanageable, that is the municipality, the department, the excise department? This is the thankless job that nobody wants to do. So what is Anand's secret sauce? What do you think is so unique that you're able to do it so well and for so many hotels and restaurants?
See, unique thing is like this, Mr. Vikram. The officers, excise officers, police officers, BMC officers, everybody for that matter. If you are nice with them, they are too nice with you. So I am being very honest in telling you, every officer has been very supportive to me, either from the sanitary inspector or to the MOH or to the DHO or to the executive health officer. And as well as in excise department, there are many people. When I started, Mr. Mudiraj was the superintendent, then followed by everybody till date has been very nice to me. That is the way. And in fact, many officers have recommended my name to the hoteliers that you give consultancy to Ananth, he will do the job properly and give it to you. Because I do it very systematically. And I don't charge much. I deliver better than what I charge. And now, happy to say, in Mumbai suburbs, we rank as the number one consultant with having so many outlets. And we do only for the biggest brands. We don't do all the restaurants. We are not into doing all the restaurants. We do only corporate houses and big brands. Because I feel that I should be what do you call? I should be seen as a corporate guy, and I should be seen as a person who delivers in time, as there is some perfection, and also has a very good kind of a touch with the hotelier as well as with the officer. The connectivity there, like if I say TCS, Tata Consultancy Services, I am a consultant on board. They had been trusting me and giving me work so many years now, 7 years now gone with them, associated with them. They could not find even a single person who can perform. I'm not boasting, I'm just telling. It was told by the man himself that when I started working with Ananth, then after that, there was no chance of me seeing anybody, officers coming or anybody coming to our outlets, because Ananth had a good rapport with those people. And I salute all the officers, excise officers, BMC officers, even the police commissioners, whom I have interacted. They have made me, some have called me their brother, some have called me their friend, some have called me as a household person. I go to their house, have lunch with them, I freak out with them, and it is just like one beautiful family we are. That is how the whole scenario is.
Phenomenal, phenomenal. So given a choice between you're a restaurateur also, you're also a person who's into liaisoning. So given a choice between managing restaurant staff and managing the municipality or the police or other departments, who would you rather manage? Who would you like to manage day to day?
No, you're pulling me now. You're pulling me now.
No, I'm serious. I'm very serious. I have a follow-up question.
No, my legs are on both sides. My legs are on both sides. So either if I tell that I'm good to one, the other will feel bad. So this we'll personally discuss. No, over a drink, we can discuss this.
Okay. No problem. My follow-on question was, of course, why? What makes you see? Because you're in a very unique position, which is something that is very unique to only what you do. I have no knowledge of anybody else in this space who manages to straddle both boats, and it's a testament and it's a credit to you, no doubt. You know, I believe you've been trying to do a lot of work for the association as well, and you have a vision and plan there. What's Ananth's vision and plan for the association? You have been any plan for standing for the election? Any plans for standing for the committee? What is Ananth's plan? What is his vision for the industry as a whole?
See, Chief, our industry is not united. This is one thing which is really taking into my nerves. So I want this to be united. That is how I started this show. But in this show also, I have seen, honestly speaking, let me. I'm a blunt guy, so let me put forth. In this show also, I have seen so many restaurateurs coming up, but nobody wants to tell the truth, or nobody wants to be like Vikram Kamath or like Ananth Vaidyanathan or like Anurag Katriya. Or there are some few I can name who really opened their heart and spoke. But many of the others were really very reluctant to speak about anything or anything of that aspect. Yes, I have a dream. I wanted to become a member and do something for this. So that is why I become a member in Western India Restaurant Association as well as in Ahar, Mumbai also. I would like to see myself in a position, but only to do good things for the industry, to create some kind of a great platform, to be united. And you see, in this pandemic, we have seen, we had been taken for a ride for everything. We could not get things done. We paid the 7 lakh rupees of excise fees on 31st March. We were put into lockdown by April 5th. Our industry gives food to many people. Our industry is the largest industry which gives employment. And our industry is one industry which acknowledges everybody's, we don't fight with anybody. We be very polite with officers. We have to manage so many people. We were too good. But in this pandemic, I realized that we are only good, others are not becoming good with us. That felt a little bad for me. And I feel our associations can still work harder and make it very friendly easier and be a part of the everything which can be done. We are interested in just like that, taking photo shots and putting it. That is not our cup of tea. Our cup of tea to work and to bring some benefit. Like you see the wine shop industry, how united they are. Nobody could break their unity. But here we don't have that unity. That is why we have taken for a ride. So my interest will be to see in some position someday. If all your support is there, I can see someday I being in some position in our associations. That too only to do good and not eager for power or not eager for post or not hungry for just show off or nothing of that sort. I will work sincerely hard and I will see what best can be done to this industry, getting the government. But what do you call it? When you are going to a government officer, hotelier, what respect he gets, that also I know. But why he gets the respect, that also I know. But that has to be a common thing. Whenever a hotelier goes, a hotelier is a hotelier. He has to be. We should be so much united within ourselves that we should be a strong force. We should be a strong force that when hotelier associates, the ministers have to tell us, what can I do for you? That is the style of operations I wanted to see in this industry, which one day or other, Chief, with your support and with other people's support, I will make it happen.
Sure, sure, God willing, and we look forward to that day, and we have to make it happen. We cannot just wait by the sidelines, as you rightly said. We have to go in that direction and make it happen. And all our forces, of course, are with you. I want to ask. I'm sure our viewers would love to learn more about Ananth. And so, why don't you name your three best decisions? Three best decisions that you feel you have made till date.
The first decision I made, what I decided to get into this hospitality industry.
Okay.
The second decision which I made was I quit my business, quit my office and started my business. Third decision which I made was to make it a point to feed the poor wherever I see them. And I religiously do that. And in this pandemic also, I had been feeding every day 200 people in my mega classic banquet hall downstairs 12 o'clock noon. I will not have anything breakfast. First, I will give food to the poor and then only start doing my day's work. That is what I have been doing. But April 5th, the police came and stopped it, said, sir, abhi hum log kar nahi sakta hai. Abhi bhi main fight kar raha hu. Still, they have not given me. But I hope I will be able to do it in a week's time or so. These are three big decisions which I took. And I decided that not even I am working on it. I cannot eradicate hunger, but I am seriously working on it where at least one time, and nobody should go in hunger in the night to the bed before they going to bed. At least one meal a day, everybody should get. In this pandemic, many are going to hungry to bed, which we have to eradicate. You and me can do that. We have done that, and we will do that. That is what is. These three decisions which I took were, and I don't see anything which if I do good things, I pat myself, and if I do bad, I don't blame anybody. I take it on my head.
Fantastic. But since you mentioned it, that if you do bad, why don't you also tell us three of your decisions? Not that you regret, but worst decisions which taught you something. Three decisions that from which you learned something life changing.
First decision is you have to be very honest to your business, whatever you are doing. Second decision is you need to be fully dedicated in whatever you are doing. If you have to be cleaning the vessel, you have to be cleaning the vessel properly. There should be nothing. It should be like your face should resemble there. That is how cleaning is also has to be done. Third is the hygienic part on the kitchens, the hygienic part on the washrooms, which I think no one is very much bothering about. But my questions here goes and we have to remain consistent in this business. If we do not be consistent, we cannot be a player in this market. Our food has to be consistent. You have to be very nice to your staff. You have to build a force with you. And you cannot leave your staff go away. You have to retain your staff. You will not believe, Mr. Chief, I have people who are working with me for the past 15, 16 years. I've got one guy working with me for the past 20 years. So these are the biggest pillar of strengths who are with me. And I always believe I have my monthly awards function for the staff, best employee of the award. I go to their family functions. I go to their funerals if anybody dies in their family. And I am one among their family. I will not be in their happiness much. But when they are in bad situation, yes, Vaidyanathan will go to their house, care for them, give medication, medical help, give them whatever he could. And I have decided a long time before, if I help somebody, I help somebody. Otherwise, I don't give loan to anybody. I don't take loan from anybody. If I give to somebody money, I don't ask them back. I think I have given it to them. It is for their good, for their family. I just
Be
write in
careful,
my
Anand. Many people will
notes.
be at your doorstep tomorrow if you say
Anyway,
like that.
I'm honestly telling you, this is what I am, and I will still remain so. It is now 47 years of my life. Another whatever years I'm going to be, I would like to be like this itself, and I really don't care what other people think when I'm doing good, when I'm doing bad. But I think whatever my conscience and whatever I still feel, my mother's and father's blessings are there with me, and I respect them a lot, and I am sure I am acting as per their directions only.
Phenomenal. So to summarize for this is what Anand said is sincerity, excellence, that is do whatever you do properly, and consistency. These are the three things that Anand mentioned that what he has learned. Anand, we're coming towards the latter end of the show. I have one special round for you, but we're coming towards the latter end of the show. And I want to ask you, has Ananth Vaidyanathan done anything wild? Any night of pure partying, any night of sitting on top of a car, something wild that Ananth has done differently? I'm sure we would love to hear an interesting story about something wild that Ananth has done.
Something wild is I got married.
That might be coming in your wife's story. I think that story maybe your wife will tell about what she
Second
did while
thing,
marrying you. But what I'm sure something in 47 years, being the man that you are, being so energetic and full of energy, full of life, something interesting story. I'm sure. One night of I don't know,
there
I
was
don't know
this club
something
called
crazy.
Poison. There was this club
Okay,
called Poison in
right.
Bandra, which is Mr. Bajaj's club, which was then owned by Shilpa Shetty, and now it is shut or so I do not know. In that club, we were from the trade guys, like Segram guys, the Diageo guys, like the Foster guys, or the Kingfisher guys. We used to do club hopping in the night,
Okay.
starting from 9 o'clock. We start from a place, then we end up at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning at Poison. These
Oh,
are the wildest thing I can say. Then we come to Juhu Beach, and
okay.
with the rapport of the police I have, I take the police jeep and I sit in this jeep and I go for a royal round in the entire Juhu Beach.
Wow. See the power
This
of
is one
Anand's
of the
liaisoning.
wildest things
If
which
you
I
want
have
to
done.
ride in a police van without being arrested,
No,
contact
I've been
Anand.
thankful to some of the police officers. Even on my son's first birthday night, which was held in Selavi, the same
Wow.
night I took my family on a jolly early ride in the police jeep at the entire Juhu stretch from the
Wow.
Chowpatty to the now Novotel. That time it was Holiday Inn. Up till
Fantastic.
that time, a full round was taken, and thanks to those police officers, I still salute them. This can be a wildest thing which I have done.
Yes, it's really wild. I mean, I would have never imagined. Imagine, so the next time, if ever you are driving and you see Anant in a police jeep, either in the driving in the front or in the back, don't worry, he's not arrested. He's not anything. He's on a joyride with his family. So you can rest assured that he's having a good time, and you can maybe flag him down and join him. That's
Yeah,
uh,
of
that's
course.
what I'll say. Anant, do you want to give a special message to the youth? What people who are new in this industry, people who are watching this, who are new to the industry, the youth watching the show tonight, what message would you like to give to them about yourself, about the industry? A special message for them.
Wonderful. This is a very nice question. Chief, I will like to tell all the upcoming entrepreneurs is only one thing. Be focused. Don't think this industry is easy. This industry is not easy. You have to be, it is a survival of the fittest. You have to be hands-on to your job. If you think you are the boss, then your show is gone there. Think you have to be down to earth all the time. Keep up your staff always happy. That is the most important thing. Keep the salaries paid in time. Do not play with other people's money. Keep the salaries on time. Your staff be happy that you are working with them and the company is paying them on time. And be polite even to your utility guy, even to your general manager, even to your manager. Be polite as much as you can. Yes, sometimes we also get angry, but when I get angry, I show the angry, but 1 minute my angry is gone. Next time I am with that same utility guy, putting my shoulders on his hand and telling him, sorry Raja, गुस्सा में कुछ मैं बोल दिया था, माफी चाहेगा. मैं इतना तक मैं जाता हूँ. I don't have any shame in telling this in the public show. I don't shy away. If I know that I've spoken something wrong to that guy in anger, I go pat on his face and I immediately tell him, I'm sorry Raja, गुस्सा में कुछ बोल दिया, माफी कर दे. इतना मैं बोल देता हूँ। और मैं कोई भी मेरा एम्प्लॉयज अवार्ड में कोई भी जीतता है एम्प्लॉय, मैं उनको इमीडिएटली उनका फादर मदर को फोन करता हूँ। फिर वह फोन करके बोलता हूँ, मैडम आपका बेटा ये महीना का बेस्ट एम्प्लॉयर अवार्ड जीता है, आपको फीलिंग कैसा लग रहा है? एंड यू शुड
Wow.
सी मिस्टर विक्रम, their tears will roll from their eyes. These are
Wow.
certain emotional things which no hotelier tries to do it, but I try
So
to do
true.
it. We have to be very very among the staff. Whenever, yes, you are the boss, you are supposed to be putting them in the place wherever necessary, but it is nevertheless you will not be friendly with them. So my request to all the entrepreneurs is, first know the business what you're doing. Draw a 3-year plan where you want to stand down the line for 3 years. Don't make big plans for 10 years, 15 years, because this is a sustainable business, but it has to, your thought process has to be keep changing. If you keep the same menu for 10 years, nobody will come to your restaurant. You have to update yourself on your menu, update yourself on your changing the restaurant's ambience, all those things. If you think from the first month onwards you will start earning money, you are wrong. It will take at least 6 months to make break even also. If it is a big brand, then that is a different ball game. But as a small entrepreneur, if you are establishing a new brand, it is going to take 6 months easily for you to break even. Imagine that first. You cannot think that मैं पहले महीना ही मैं गाड़ी में चलाऊंगा, मैं होटलियर बन गया, मैं तो ईगो में घूमूंगा, मैं मेरा I will fly high, I'll have my girlfriends with me, I will drink inside my property, I will have a ball of a time. Then boss, you are digging your own graveyard. Be polite. 3 years you work hard, then you venture into some branches or whatever you are doing. If you have not done your homework and if you are just thinking, पहले महीना ही मैं 5 लाख कमा लूंगा, 6 लाख कमा लूंगा, वो होएगा नहीं ये business में. It takes time for people to recognize you. It takes for people to come to your outlet and understand your food. We require repeated customers. That is how this business grows. We cannot have stagnant in our business. So we have to be very clear. My request to the entrepreneurs is, if you have money and if you think you can double the money in one year's time, you're wrong. You have to be putting more money in your business. That is how the whole scenario ball game goes. And don't even think your father's money you will come and put here and you will enjoy all the fruit of it. It is not like that. And as I know Mr. Vikram Kamath himself, his father is a legend in this business. But what he has grown today, it is because of his own hard work. The same with me. Whatever I have grown, it is because of the well-wishers of the concern. And I'm very concerned about self-respect of every person. Even a beggar has to be given his respect. Everyone has their self-respect. That you cannot take it for granted. You cannot call your waiter, hey, rao. No. You can tell it in two ways. One is, अबे पानी लेके आओ. अरे बाबा, मेरा पाँव थोड़ा दुख रही है, एक गिलास पानी लेके आएगा क्या? There are two ways to say the same thing. Tell it another way, how pleasant that person feels. Main thing is, I will just say, just don't jump into the business thinking that you will take money from the first month onwards. That is not going to happen. Whatever brand you do, it is going to take some time. Second, know the business. If you are going to a restaurant, first of all, study the type of the methodology of how the restaurant operates. Get trained in a restaurant. No wonder if you have only money, that is not going to help you here. You have to be hands-on. Go practically as a manager or a steward, work in a restaurant, gain your experience, then start something of your own. Just don't jump into the business thinking that you will earn money. It takes a lot of time. It is not like running a house. You are running a restaurant. There are so many things which has every day. We have BMC, we have excise, we have so many things which will be happen every day. We have to be looking after everything and do not violate rules. If you violate rules, you will be safe for one day. One day or other day, you will be caught. So this is my humble request to all the entrepreneurs. I want more people to come to this industry, but with full consciousness, because your hard-earned money or your father's mother's hard-earned money should not go in vain.
Complete MBA in man management. Very, very interesting. Very, very valid points. I think that part itself, youth message to the youth, um, really a lot of practical, pragmatic, and positive note over there in terms of what they should do and what they can do if they really want to be successful. Anand, you've been working with restaurateurs and hoteliers both as a consultant, liaisoning, of course, licensing and whole gamut of sphere of services. Both as now, of course, you have your new venture, Bagicha. What is the difference you've noticed between the two, restaurateurs and hoteliers, Any particular difference you noticed in their approach, in their thinking,
See,
and maybe nightclub
hotelier,
owners also?
uh, hotelier thought process is something different. Hotelier, after establishing himself, because it's a large investment to become an hotelier, to have rooms, to have to maintain that, to be running that, to be having people. So running a hotel is a different ball game altogether. It has to have a large time mathematics has to be done on that. Large time logistics has to be worked on that. Systems has to be in place. There are so many things which are run. On restaurant business, yes, we have to be very, very consistent and we have to do the food costing. There are five things which one has to concentrate on the food costing when I say. One is your dairy products, one is your seafood, one is your oil, one is your gas, and one is your seafood. That is what these things will definitely make it your restaurant grow big in heights. Dairy products, gas, fuel, gas comes in fuel, then the oil part of it, then the seafood part of it, then your wastages. If these all five things are taken into accountability, there is no problem on a restaurant. A restaurant should operate between 24 to 28% food cost. That is what I will say. And a banquet has to happen between 18 to 22% food cost. If this is possible by you, then you are already in the game. And hotel has a high food costing because there are big five-star hotels run at 42%, 43% food costing. But I find now as a hotelier, I cannot speak much about a hotelier, but hotelier, once my goal is to become a hotelier, which will happen eventually, because my goal from the beginning is around 250 rooms plus hotel. I will have for myself, which will be named in my daughter's name. Kathy is international. The name is also decided. I only don't have money. That is all I have. That is only I stand here. But my long time goal is to make that hotel happen in Mumbai. And that time, I will definitely come to Vikram Kamath and welcome him to cut the belt of the ribbon of the road.
It would be our honor. And I wish to correct you. You don't have money. No, you don't have money today. I'm sure in the future you will. And that's how Kathy's International will be a overwhelming success and a dream and a vision fulfilled. We really look forward to that day. And now come to the last part, a special part which I've been a rapid fire round. It's just 6 questions. We're at the absolute end of time. It's just 6 questions, Anand. So I want you to be very honest in these 6 questions, and you have to answer fast. Okay, little tricky. No, not tricky actually, but I'm sure it'll be a breeze for you. जो पुलिस का गाड़ी में घूम सकता है उनके लिए क्या tricky और क्या क्या मुश्किल? Oh, God. All right, Anand. So rapid fire starts now. I'll give you two choices, and you have to answer which of them you prefer. That's it. Okay, which is better? All right, in your opinion. Okay, rapid fire. We start now. All right, Mumbai or Goa?
Mumbai.
As a workplace, Mumbai or Goa?
Mumbai.
Okay. Banquets or restaurants as a business?
Come again?
As a business, banquets or restaurant?
Banquets.
Okay. Okay. Would you rather be a owner or would you rather be a employee?
Owner.
Okay. Do you prefer liaisoning or the restaurant business?
Restaurant business.
Okay. And last question, which of them you prefer, Basant Paul or Nagpal?
This is a very, very tricky question. Both of them my marriage happened in time and again in the Nagpals. My son's first birthday happened in with Basant Paul's. So it will be very, very, it will not be nice for me to tell anything wrong about them because both are great people. I still respect them a lot. So this question, you have to leave it to my choice. Both are neutral for me.
Fantastic. I kind of got you into that one, but thank you, Anand. It's been fantastic to get to know about you. I'm going to request Sana to end the show by giving the vote of thanks. Anand, it's been a pleasure talking to you. We had a wonderful, wonderful time to see the other side of Anand, just like so many other hosts, celebrities that you've called on your show. Sana, please, a vote of thanks.
Thank
Sana,
you.
first of all, let us all sing a happy birthday song to Vidhi. It is Mr. Vikram Kamath's wife's birthday today. So happy birthday, Vidhi. It is a pleasure to. I have taken your husband's time for today, but again, I would sincerely apologize for you. I have taken Susan this day. because I do not know that it was your birthday, but Mr. Vikram immediately reminded me. So I asked him, Chief, will you be busy? But as humble he is, he said, no, Ananth, I will do the show and then we'll go for a party or whatever. So it's thank you
Yes.
so much. It is because of you, Vikram Kamath is here with me in
You're
the show.
already dressed for the party, Ananth. You're already dressed for
I'm
the
already
party.
dressed for the
Sana's
party.
dressed for the party. I'm the one who needs to change.
Let's have a virtual party.
Okay,
Thank you
virtual
so much,
party.
Mr. Vikram, and please convey our birthday wishes to Vidhi.
I will. Thank you so much, Ananth. Thank you.
Thank you. So, as we draw close to the 25th episode of our hospitality show, we'd like to thank you, Mr. Pradeep Jodhani, a technical head of the show, Dr. Ananth Vaidyanathan, the creator and the visionary of this show, and Dr. Vikram Kamath, our host for the evening, for taking out so much time for us, for making this show super successful with their present. And last but not least, I want to thank you, our wonderful online viewers who has contributed equally by being a part of this event. So, ladies and gentlemen, till our next episode, signing off from this hospitality show, I'm Sana, and good night to all, and happy birthday to Vidhi.
Thank you. Thank you, Sana. Good night and Shubhratri to everyone. It was an amazing show. Thank you.
A special thanks to you, Sana, for being very honest. And it was you were introduced to me by Mr. Vikram Kamath, and you have been a gem of a person. You have been an asset to the show. The show would have been not this much successful if Sana wouldn't have been there. So thanks to you, Mr. Vikram Kamath, for bringing in Sana on the show.
Thank you so much. My pleasure. My pleasure. My pleasure. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you, Chief. Thank you, Chief. Thank you so much. Bye bye.